Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Daily Easy English Talk. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, you know that feeling.
Yeah.
Like you're completely focused, right? Maybe deep in work or just finishing something important,
Right.
and someone walks up and they need you now.
Oh, totally. Happens all the time.
And you just need like a brief pause before you can actually turn your attention to them.
Absolutely. It's that classic moment, isn't it? Trying to bridge that gap between what you're doing and giving them your focus. It's a communication thing we deal with constantly.
It really is. And finding the right words, like in that split second, it feels surprisingly hard sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you acknowledge them, respectfully, but also set that expectation? Like, hang on just a sec.
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into.
Right. So this deep dive is all about navigating that. We're looking at some really useful phrases that can make those moments smoother.
Yeah, we've been looking at how specific words in these situations aren't just like filler politeness. They're actual tools
Cool. How so?
for managing the interaction. So the goal here is to unpack why certain phrases work, and how having them ready can just make things easier when you need them most.
Oh, okay. Let's get into it then. One of the really classic ones, right? Just a moment, please. Seems simple, but what's really going on there? Why does it work?
Well, what's interesting about just a moment, please, is how quickly it sets a tone. It's quite formal, respectful.
Formal, yeah.
The analysis we looked at shows it works really well in, say, professional settings or maybe more structured places because it uses those standard politeness cues everyone kind of gets.
Okay.
It's direct, but crucially not demanding.
Right. It's like saying, I see you, I will help, but just not this exact microsecond. And that please is key, right?
Absolutely crucial.
And softens the command, the weight.
Exactly. It's like a little boundary, but combined with a promise of attention later.
Yeah.
All wrapped up in standard courtesy. It manages expectations, implies a short delay, but doesn't, get bogged down in specifics.
Okay. Now, what about something a bit more casual? Like, could you hold on for a second? How's that different?
Okay. So that one works a bit differently. Just a moment feels formal. Hold on for a second. Well, it's kind of conversational exaggeration, isn't it?
A second. Yeah, nobody means literally 1 second.
Exactly. It's not about the actual time. It's more of a signal, linguistically speaking. It signals the delay will be super minimal, and it keeps the whole vibe informal, friendly.
So it's less about precision and more about, maintaining that easy rapport.
Precisely. Still polite, definitely. But it signals a lower stakes kind of interaction.
Yeah.
Good for colleagues you know well or friends, maybe less formal customer chats. It just buys you that little pause to finish a quick thought or action.
Makes sense. Okay, here's another one. I'll be right with you. This one feels very focused on the other person.
Yes. That phrase is really powerful because its main job is immediate validation.
Validation.
Yeah. Before you even talk about the waiting, you're basically saying, you're my priority as soon as this tiny thing is done. It tackles that potential feeling of being ignored right away.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it feels quite personal, reassuring. Like you're saying, my attention is coming your way.
Exactly. It gives them that sense of being next in line,
Yeah.
acknowledges them without needing them to spell out their need just yet. And it works even better if you can make eye contact when you say it.
Right. Okay, but what if someone has already been waiting, for a little bit? The situation feels different then.
Oh, absolutely. Big difference. That's when acknowledging their patience becomes really important.
So that's where something like,
That's where thanks to your patience comes in. It's essential. The analysis highlights this as kind of a repair strategy. Yeah, you're showing gratitude for the time they've already invested in waiting. It's like a subtle apology for the delay, but you don't necessarily have to explain why there was a delay.
I see. It shifts the focus away from the wait itself and onto their, courtesy for waiting.
Exactly. It validates their wait. It reinforces that their time isn't being dismissed, really helps maintain goodwill, especially if maybe the wait ended up being a bit longer than you first thought.
Okay, one more. How about, give me just a minute and I'll get that for you. This one adds a bit more detail.
Yes, this version connects the wait directly to the action you're about to take for them.
Okay.
By saying what you'll do, get that for you, it makes the wait feel purposeful from their point of view.
Right.
Because there's a clear reason and endpoint.
So they understand why they're waiting, and it's directly linked to getting what they need resolved.
Precisely. It's quite proactive, really. Manages expectations effectively. It communicates efficiency, competence. Like, I know what you need. I just need this brief moment to sort it out.
So looking at all these examples, wow, it's pretty clear these aren't just, random nice things to say.
Not at all.
They each use these subtle cues, right? Yeah. Linguistic, psychological, to achieve different things. Yeah. From setting formal boundaries to building rapport to acknowledging someone's already waited or making the wait seem purposeful.
That's it perfectly. They really show that even in these quick, sometimes pressured moments, choosing your words carefully can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
It affects how acknowledged and respected the other person feels and just makes that necessary pause work better for everyone involved.
So having a few of these sort of ready in your back pocket and actually understanding why they land the way they do, that could genuinely smooth out those everyday interruptions.
Definitely. It makes those transitions much less awkward.
So a final thought then for you listening. Think about which of these phrases you tend to use automatically.
Mm-hmm. And now, knowing a bit more about why they work, is there one you might try intentionally next time? Maybe switch it up?
Yeah. How might consciously choosing a different phrase change the whole feel of that brief interaction, even when all you're doing is asking someone to wait just a moment? Something to consider. Okay, so those are the 5 phrases. But, hearing them explained is one thing.
Seeing them in action is another. Should we try some quick role plays?
Yeah, let's do it. So the first example is at a store. Scenario. Customer asks staff a question. Staff is busy. Okay, let's try this. I'll be the customer.
Okay, I'm the staff. Go ahead.
As customer, excuse me, can I ask a question about this shirt?
As staff, sure. Just a moment, please. I'll be right with you.
Okay, yeah, that feels very natural. You acknowledge me immediately with sure, then use just a moment, please. Perfect for that sort of formal-ish customer service setting where you're busy nearby. Mm-hmm. And the follow-up, I'll be right with you, confirms attention is coming.
Right. It manages that initial contact point perfectly. The customer feels welcomed, knows they haven't interrupted rudely. They just need to wait that very short moment. It uses the phrase effectively to bridge that gap between being approached and being available.
Okay, second dialogue example. On the phone, one person calls, the other's busy with email. How does that play out?
All right. I'll be the busy one this time. Ring, ring. As busy person. Hello.
As caller. Hey, do you have a minute to discuss the report?
As busy person. Could you hold on for a second? I just need to finish this email.
Yeah, that sounds like a conversation I've definitely had 100 times.
Right.
Could you hold on for a second? That's exactly the phrase for a phone call interruption. And adding, I just need to finish this email, is that simple, transparent reason. It feels much more collaborative, like you're asking for understanding for a specific, brief task, not just putting them on hold abruptly.
Yeah, it's that casual but polite nature fitting the context, probably colleagues or people who know each other fairly well. Providing that quick, clear reason makes the request seem reasonable, easy to accept.
Okay, dialogue 3 is set in a cafe. A barista greets a customer while busy making drinks.
Okay, I'll be the barista, you're the customer walking up.
Got it.
As barista, looking up briefly.
Hi there, I'll be right with you.
As customer, oh, no problem, take your time.
See how effective that is. As the barista, I can't stand making the current order, but I immediately use hi there, and I'll be right with you. Which the material described as friendly, natural, makes people feel acknowledged.
Exactly. And your response as the customer, no problem, take your time, is kind of the proof it worked. Mm-hmm. You felt seen, weren't annoyed by the wait, felt comfortable telling me not to rush. It sets a really positive, relaxed tone right away.
Yeah, it really highlights that power of just acknowledging someone. Even a quick phrase prevents that feeling of being invisible in a busy place.
Absolutely. It's the human connection part of managing that waiting moment. So important.
Okay, dialogue 4 is in a customer service setting. An agent needs time to find order information.
Okay, standard scenario. I'll be the agent. You call in.
All right.
As agent. Yeah. Thank you for calling customer service. How can I help you today?
As customer. Hi, yes, I need to check the status of my recent order, please.
As agent. Okay, yeah. I can help with that. Give me just a minute and I'll find your order info.
As customer. Oh, sure. Take your time. Thanks.
This is a perfect demonstration of that 5th phrase. Give me just a minute and I'll get that for you. But adapted to the specific task. Find your order info. Yeah. In customer service, transparency is so key, especially when there's a pause on the line. By stating exactly what I'm doing, find your order info during that just a minute. Wait. I assure you, the customer, that the delay is for a specific, necessary task related to your request. You know I'm actively working for you.
Builds trust, makes the process clear, even though I can't see what you're doing on your end.
Exactly. Gives purpose to the wait, shows competence.
Okay, the final dialogue example is at the office. Colleague asks someone busy on a call to check a report.
Okay, office dynamics. You asked me for help this time. I'm on the phone.
As requesting colleague approaching desk, hey, sorry to interrupt, but can you take a look at this report when you have a sec? It's pretty quick.
As busy colleague, covering phone mic briefly. Absolutely. Just a moment, please. I'll look at it right after this call.
Okay. That's a really well-constructed response. It draws on multiple things we've talked about.
How so?
Well, starting with absolutely immediately shows you're willing, right? Frames it positively before asking for the delay.
Good point.
Then just a moment, please. That's the polite, maybe slightly more formal pause suitable for an office. But crucially, adding, I'll look at it right after this call, provides that clear trigger event for when you'll do it. It manages my expectation perfectly. I'm not left wondering. I know as soon as your call ends, the report is next.
Yeah, it tries to be precise without promising an exact time I can't guarantee.
It's polite, confirms willingness, sets a concrete-ish timeline. Really effective way to handle that kind of colleague interruption.
It combines acknowledgement, politeness, and expectation setting really effectively for that professional context.
Yeah, seeing these phrases in these little dialogues really brings them to life, clarifies the situations where each one, really shines. Definitely. Okay, now that we've sort of dissected the phrases, let's try and hear them in action, make them feel a bit more real. We've got some short dialogues.
Yeah, this is good for really internalizing how to pick the right tool for the job. Put yourself in these shoes.
Okay, first situation. You're helping someone but need a few seconds. The suggested answer is, just a moment, please.
Yeah, that aligns perfectly. You're already engaged, helping someone, so you're present, attentive, but you need a very brief pause, a few seconds. Just a moment, please, is ideal. It's concise, polite, signals very short duration, and works well face-to-face when you need that immediate brief hold, maybe in a more formal context like customer service or professional help.
Okay, situation 2. You're busy, but someone asks for help. Suggested answer. Could you hold on for a second?
Makes complete sense again. You're described as busy, meaning your focus is elsewhere when the request comes. Could you hold on for a second? Is that casual but polite way to acknowledge them and ask for a brief delay while you finish or shift attention. It's versatile for handling interruptions, fitting that description of being great for phone or face-to-face in less formal moments.
Right. And situation 3, you're on the phone and need to find information. Suggested answer. Give me just a minute and I'll check that for you.
Yeah, spot on for that 5th phrase. You're on the phone, transparency helps there, and the delay is for a specific task. Need to find information. The suggested answer, give me just a minute, I'll check that for you, clearly states the brief time and the specific action you're taking for them. Provides context, shows you're actively working on their request, crucial when they can't see you, makes the wait understandable, assures them progress is being made.
Okay, yeah. Walking through those examples in the practice scenarios really shows the logic behind picking the right phrase for the right moment. They're not just interchangeable words.
Not at all. They're tailored tools for specific situations. It's about understanding the context, the relationship, the nature of the delay. Are you acknowledging arrival? Pausing an existing interaction? Explaining a task-based delay? Or thank you for patience?
So if we take a step back, how a small change in words can make a big difference, and how using these phrases shows respect and builds trust. What's the overarching message here, do you think?
Well, the big picture takeaway, which I think is the real value from this deep dive, is that these seemingly minor word choices have a disproportionately large impact on how people interact.
Right.
Why does saying, just a moment, please, instead of just barking, wait, make such a difference? Because, as we've analyzed, it transforms a potential command into a polite request. It signals brevity. It includes acknowledgement. The blunt wait can feel abrupt, dismissive, demanding even.
Yeah, it really can.
The polite alternatives, informed by the principles in this material, feel courteous, transparent, and respectful.
It's the difference between feeling like you're an inconvenience versus feeling like a person whose time is actually valued, even if they're busy.
Precisely. And by showing respect for someone's time, acknowledging them immediately, setting a realistic expectation, being transparent if you can, using polite language, you build trust.
Yeah.
You show you're considerate, you value the interaction, you'll attend to them as soon as possible. That foundation of respect and managing expectations is critical for positive relationships, personal or professional.
And it applies everywhere, doesn't it? With a customer, a colleague, a friend, even, I don't know, a stranger queuing behind you. These moments happen constantly.
They really do. And mastering them just reduces friction, enhances goodwill. These phrases and the principles behind them laid out are really tools for gracefully navigating these unavoidable little delays. They're kind of a shortcut to smoother interactions just by choosing your words wisely in these common micro moments.
So, if we were to synthesize everything, what are the core principles that really make these phrases work? What did we learn about effective, polite waiting?
Okay, yeah. Pulling from the descriptions, the examples, the overall tone.
Yeah.
The core principles seem to be...
Acknowledge it immediately. Make sure the waiting person knows you see them, you hear them right away. Don't let them feel ignored.
Like the hi, or I'll be right with you.
Exactly. Or even just the please and making eye contact.
Manage expectation. Give some indication, however brief or general, a moment, a second, a minute, after this call, of the likely duration or trigger for when the wait will end.
Crucial.
Third, be polite and respectful. Use courteous language, please, could you? Thanks.
Yeah.
Frame it as asking for their patience or cooperation, not demanding it.
That's sense.
And fourth, provide context when helpful. Briefly explain why the wait is necessary or what you'll be doing during the wait, especially if it's tied to a specific action. Adds transparency, makes the wait feel purposeful, like the I need to check something or I'll find your order info.
Okay. Those 4 principles: acknowledge, manage expectation, be polite, provide context. They really do seem to underpin all the phrases and examples we looked at. It's about more than just memorizing lines, isn't it? It's understanding the human element.
Exactly. It's about using language to show consideration for the other person's time and needs, even when you can't attend to them instantly.
It's true. What looks simple on the surface definitely has layers of subtle communication going on. So we've taken the phrases, we've analyzed why they work based on the source's descriptions, put them into practice looking at the dialogues and scenarios, and distilled those core principles. It's clear these are practical tools for making your daily interactions just that little bit better.
Indeed. And maybe a final thought for you, our listener, to kind of carry forward from this. Consider your own daily routine. How many times do you find yourself needing just a brief moment before you can fully engage with someone who needs your attention?
Probably quite a few.
Right. And think about the last time you felt impatient waiting for someone. Was it really because they were slow? Or was it maybe because you didn't feel seen or weren't given any clue about how long you'd be waiting?
Good question.
So maybe reflect on one recurring situation in your life where you often have to ask someone to wait. And just imagine applying one of the phrases or principles we've discussed today. Could that small shift in your language transform that moment next time? Make it smoother, more positive for both of you?
That's a powerful question. It turns the knowledge we've unpacked into a real-world experiment you can try right away. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the art of politely asking someone to wait.
And join us next time on Daily Easy English Talk.
Make sure you subscribe to Daily Easy English Talk so you don't miss that one or any of our future tips.
You'll get access to everything we've done.
And as always,
thanks for listening.